Today we're going to talk about dyes. Over here I have a gold dye, 4 of them, but I want to see what it looks like on my character over here prior to putting the gold dye on. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to your piece of armor. If your piece of armor is also in the inventory, you can do the same exact steps. It's just in a different spot. Hold the control button, left click. That's going to bring up your dressing room. In your dressing room, you can select different colors. So right now I do not have my cloak showing, whereas up here I do. So you can actually see that I've already changed the head to gold. I already dyed it. So if I wanted to change the head color to something else, let's say I want it just washed, what's the original color look like? Turns it back to black. If I decide I want to change it to crimson, see a different color red, we can do that. Also, if you're like, well, I want to see what the back color looks like because I've taken it away, you can go ahead and select any color under back and it will go ahead and put your cloak on for you. If you want to zoom in and get a little closer detail, you can just click that and it will zoom in. It'll move for you. Reset takes you back to the beginning. It'll take off your cloak. How did I take off the cloak in the first place, you're wondering? Is you just go to cosmetic outfits here. What I have is equipped and you'll see these eyeballs. So if I want to take off the head, I can take off the head. If I hit reset here now, there's no head. Head equipment. If I want to put it all back on, we have it all on. We have this, and you can tell here my character now has the cloak on. We're going to hit the C button again and bring up the character panel. And then if I had other armor that I wanted to put on, then I could just do the same thing where you hold the control button. If your armor is over here in your inventory, you just hold that and click it. All right, now that we discussed the basics, we're going to go ahead and dye a piece of armor so you can see what that process looks like. You're going to right click on your dye. It's going to black out everything in your inventory and you'll see that your cursor now has a little cup of dye. Right now I'm going to dye this cloak. So I'm going to scroll over to cloak and I'm going to left click and then I'm going to hit yes. And you'll see him twisting his cloak and dyeing it. And then once it's done, now we have gold armor.